Thank you so much for having us over here at Lightcraft. Can you tell us a little about what you guys do and who you guys are?
We actually build a system called Prevision, and it lets you see on a stage exactly how a complete green screen shot is going to come together while you're shooting. In real time, camera moves, lens moves, actors, CGI backgrounds, animated characters, all together at the same time, and that way you can artistically see what you're making.
How does, I know green screen's been around for quite a while. What makes this so special?
One of the things that makes this very special is the interactivity. Traditionally with green screens, what you'll do is you'll shoot a green screen image, and on the monitor you'll see a green screen image, at which point everybody mentally puts in what they think is going to be there, and then that's where the surprises begin. So it would be far preferable to actually, as you're framing up the shot, see how all the elements come together, see how it just works, see if the shot's working, and be able to change it right at that moment while you're on the stage. Because really the stage is, and for good reason, the core focus of motion picture production. You want to make those decisions of composing with a camera, with the crew, with the director of photography, and the director with that interactivity.
Do you need to get the material, the shot prior, a good amount of time prior to when the shoot actually takes place, whatever the background image or imagery is?
We've spent quite a bit of work on the Prevision software system to be able to read in files directly from the applications that people are used to using for making these digital sets. The process is pretty quick. You generally save a file out of one application and open it in ours.
Huh.
What it lets you do is it lets you make very, very sophisticated, visual effects shots, except we're tracking it live. Doing all the keying, tracking, compositing, rendering, and matching in real time. What our system does, we mount tracking markers up there. We have a little InterSense tracking camera that looks up, and then we have an AirTrack gyro system here. And what these two components do is they measure exactly where the camera is in that stage. And so what you can see is we've added these markers to the ceiling of the stage. And what that lets us do is you can see we have a feed running to an on-camera monitor. And what that shows is there's a couple of people standing here, and they're standing inside the alien mothership. And that way the camera people can see exactly what they're doing, which is a real revolution in terms of green screen shoots. People have been doing green screen for a long time, but people can't really see what they're doing. And this really changes the artistic aspect of that, because finally you can look at something and in a coherent way say, oh, we could frame here, we should frame here. It really changes the world of green screen work from a technical, focused exercise to something much more artistically fluid. The keying and tracking and rendering has been good enough that people are interested in using this for real-time in-camera visual effects, finishing in the camera. So you walk off the stage and you have a composited shoot of green screen elements. That is an area where you can save a simply enormous amount because you're finishing in camera.
How does that actually work, being able to finish right in camera? Is it something, especially thinking about the tracking, is all of the information that someone's shooting on the green screen lined up with your camera data on the same track?
What we have is our tracking systems let us figure out precisely where the camera is anywhere on a green screen stage. We have a combination of a little InterSense camera that looks up and sees these markers overhead. It's essentially navigating by the stars. And so as soon as it can see four of them, it can figure out where it is in the room. As well as we build an AirTrack, which is a high accuracy rotary gyro system. And in combination, we have a very accurate lens calibration system. And that lets us map a complete cinema zoom and focus lens all through the range of motion. And so lenses are very tricky. So they have distortion, they have all sorts of optical aberrations. You need to know exactly what that lens is doing. And our background in robotics let us solve some problems that have not really been solved in the production space in the visual effects industry before. One of them was this lens matching and the general tracking problem. So what we're doing is we figure out exactly where that camera is, and then your shots always match. One of the biggest problems in visual effects is figuring out where's the camera? What was it doing? You know, we've got a shot and the camera does something, but nobody wrote it down. Well, our systems know exactly where the camera is, match it to time code, so there's no surprises.
Huh. Has that really been a big benefit? Have people been saying, you know, you guys have really helped us trim
Yes.
weeks off of our schedule?
Time and money.